Dogecoin and other cryptos crashed pretty hard today. In this video, we'll look at all the reasons behind it and whether Doge can even recover from this or not. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crypto Fire, where we talk about Dogecoin, cryptocurrency, and investing. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $500 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite crypto. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So the entire crypto market struggled earlier today because of two primary reasons. The first was a bearish outlook for the S&P 500. It 500 dropped by nearly 1% last Friday, with less than 75% of listed stocks closing above their 200-day moving averages. According to Yahoo Finance, that ended the fourth longest positive streak since at least 1928. Also, a recently published report by the University of Michigan also showed that consumer sentiment is on the decline, a trend which could well be impacting the crypto market itself. Also, the recent Bitcoin drop has led to the massive $312 million worth in liquidations, a large drop in total market capitalization, and a rise in total losses of market participants. And Ethereum, Dogecoin, and Cardano have faced around 10% drops. It was quite surprising for the market due to positive on-chain data following the recent movements of Bitcoin. I'll come back to it in a minute. First, let's look at the second reason for the crash. And another reason for it was China's property giant Evergrande's debt crisis. Evergrande's debt problems can be traced back to rules established last year that controlled the amounts owed by real estate developers. These rules allowed Evergrande to offer premium discounts on properties, but now the property giant is drowning under interest payments on outstanding debts. Evergrande reportedly owes money to around 171 domestic banks and 121 other financial firms. And then there's this data that shows that the Bitcoin balance in Binance wallets has risen to 29.7K BTC in the last 30 days. We're talking about Bitcoin because it directly affects Dogecoin's price too. So the exchange's rising Bitcoin balances suggest that its users could sell an increasing amount of BTC. The increase in Bitcoin reserves on Binance also reached levels that followed up with the market sell-offs during the second quarter of 2021. Notably, the Bitcoin balance on the exchange spiked from 199.7K BTC on April 20 to 347.6K BTC on June 26. Also, the average long and short ratio stayed around 98% for longs, which suggested a major market overheating. Various indicators like the Relative Strength Index have been also showing overbought values on long-term timeframes. Still, some on-chain indicators are still suggesting that there is no increasing selling pressure on the market and the current correction is short-term. About the dip, Rect Capital said that this BTC dip isn't extreme. Your emotional reaction to it shouldn't be extreme either. While the balance in Binance has risen, over the past month, the amount of Bitcoin held in Coinbase Pro's vaults dropped by 28.8K Bitcoin. Similarly, other crypto exchanges, including Kraken, OKEx, Bitfinex, and Huobi, also experienced a drop in their Bitcoin holdings, with the withdrawn amount totaling 30.2K Bitcoins across the board. This suggests that people do intend to hold onto their cryptos for the long haul. There are other on-chain metrics at play here. Before I talk about it, let's look at some other reasons that added on to the selling pressure. So, Turkey's president said that we have a separate war, a separate fight against cryptos. According to the Turkish leader, the government wasn't going to support crypto as it plans to develop its lira digital currency. So, the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey has drafted several local technology firms to help develop a platform for its digital Turkish lira. Trials are expected to run until sometime in 2022, when they will be assessed to determine whether the technology is sufficiently robust to be implemented more widely across the Turkish economy. And this is something that's adding to the selling pressure. CBDCs can be a big competitor for cryptos. There has been an increasing interest in central bank digital currencies from central banks worldwide, including China, the United States, Europe, and beyond. Also, the ECB president criticized cryptos too, while favoring CBDCs. He said that, I think we have to distinguish between cryptos that are those highly speculative, suspicious occasionally, and high intensity in terms of energy consumption assets. They're not a currency. And in all that you have the central banks who are prompted by a demand of customers to produce something that will make the central bank and central bank digital currencies fit for the century we are in. I was keen to push the issue, the CBDC issue, on our agenda because I believe that we have to stand ready for that. So, as I said, this is also adding to the selling pressure. Now, let's look at some more Unchained data. Bitcoin's mining difficulty and hash rate are stubbornly refusing to trend downward, indicating that the underlying conviction of miners remains really bullish. The mining difficulty, which has been tempering the impact of May's Chinese mining rout for months, is now due to put in its fifth consecutive increase on Tuesday. This is a rare event. The last time that the difficulty increased 5 times in a row began in late 2019, before the March 2020 cross-market crash soured the mood. Even the subsequent bull market and run to 64.5K all-time highs could not replicate the achievement. So, basically, the outlook seems more bullish than ever. Also, the hash rate continued to show 140 exahashes per second for the network, equating to just 17% below all-time highs. So the analysts are saying that Bitcoin is performing much better than expected, analysts say. Veteran trader Peter Brandt said that, whether it's stocks or safe haven gold, the picture is decidedly less rosy this week. Gold is heading toward its lows from April, while against the Nasdaq 100 index, gold is almost at lows from 20 years ago. Also, right after the dip, El Salvador increased its Bitcoin holdings by purchasing another 150 Bitcoins. Now, let's look at the correlation between Doge and Bitcoin. It stands at 0.83 right and is up by 0.03 since yesterday. And that's a bullish sign because this correction for Bitcoin was necessary for it to rise in October. That's according to Stock to Flow. It had predicted that September was going to be bearish and that Bitcoin will end the month at 43K. If that comes true, it'll be highly probable that Bitcoin will end October at its all-time highs, over 60K, which is what Stock to Flow predicts for it. And there's even more data that suggests that October will be bullish. Bitcoin has the potential to push its prices to between 250K and 350K by the end of 2021, a long-standing fractal suggests. The bullish setup drew its inspirations from Bitcoin's spectacular bull runs every time after halvings, which is when the miner block reward gets cut in half. Analysts perceive the halving as a bullish event, which reduced the supply of newly mined Bitcoins. So, Bitcoin's prices surged by more than 600% after the first 2 halving events in 2012 and 2016. Now the third halving happened in May this year. Analyst Michael Van de Poppe reacted to this fractal theory, adding that it would lead the Bitcoin prices to the 250K to 350K range. However, he also said that the massive run-up could also prompt a brutal correction that can push Bitcoin prices back towards 65K. So, according to some tangible data, Bitcoin is going back to at least its all-time highs in sometime around December. Still, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. Moving on, let's talk about some news for crypto adoption. India is recording a shift in crypto interest, with smaller cities emerging as new hubs for investors in digital currencies. Data from crypto exchanges operating in the country indicates that investors from the smaller towns are not only focusing on Bitcoin, but other digital assets. As I've said in previous videos, since Doge price is very low, developing nations in India are more likely to be attracted to it. The CEO of a leading crypto exchange said that Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities have driven almost 55% of total user signups on WazirX in 2021, thereby overtaking Tier 1 cities, which demonstrated a sign-up growth of 2,375%. Now, let's talk about some important news for regulation. We know that XRP is getting under a lot of scrutinies. Now, Ripple and XRP investors are arguing that the SEC was being unfair as they did not apply the same argument to Ethereum, which came into existence via a similar approach. And this battle between SEC and Ripple might be a defining moment for the entire crypto market. The good part is that it looks like Ripple has no intentions of giving in. Ripple's legal team told Fox Business they have no plans to settle with SEC over a lawsuit on XRP. They're confident they can show Gary Gensler in pursuing the case is picking winners and losers in the crypto business to the detriment of innovation. Now, let's talk about some predictions. While Dogecoin consolidates until the end of September, Michael van de Poppe has some suggestions for you. He recently released a list of 5 altcoins you should be looking at. He starts his list with Cosmos, a project dubbed as the Internet of Blockchains. The second altcoin in the list is privacy-focused Mina, which he says is primed for a potential 129% rally to $12 from its current price of $5.22. The third altcoin is Chainlink. The analyst says that while it hasn't made much of a move over the last month, he stands by his forecast that the crypto can still potentially surge. The fourth crypto van de Poppe is looking at his Harmony one. According to him, it may have already lost steam after its rally this month, but the altcoin could provide a good entry point in its Bitcoin pair at a couple of key levels. The last altcoin to keep an eye on for the rest of September, according to van de Poppe, is proof-of-stake blockchain Tezos. He said that XDZ has kicked off a new trend and is providing an entry point in its Bitcoin pair. Still, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So you should definitely do proper research before investing in crypto. And this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.